Leviticus chapter 11, verse 45 says this: I am the Lord who brought you up out of Egypt to be your God. Therefore, be holy, because I am holy. I'm not sure what you think of when you think of holiness. I quizzed some of our students recently, and they said righteousness or godliness or perfection. And I think that's something that we think of a lot. But recently, David gave us a message talking about the foundation of holiness is that we are set apart. And in Leviticus, the whole book is really about Israel being set apart for God. All these rules that they follow, whether it's their diet or sacrifices, and all these things are the things they do to show that they are set apart for God. And recently I asked some of our students to kind of try to think about this concept of being set apart. And one of the things that we came up with was this idea of maybe if you had a box of popsicles and you had your favorite flavor. For me, it's either going to be orange or grape. And so, when you go to that popsicle, the box, you tend to grab the flavor that you want. So maybe you're at a point where there's only one left of your favorite flavor. And you know that pretty soon there's going to be a group of people eating some popsicles. And you want to make sure that you set your popsicle to the side, maybe hide it somewhere else in the freezer, set it apart for your purposes so that nobody else gets it. And that's kind of one of the things that we came up with. Another example would maybe be if you had a dog that was having a litter of puppies. A lot of times people will either give away or sell some of their puppies to other people, but they tend to often choose one or maybe two to set apart as their own dogs. And the Old Testament tells us the story of God choosing Israel out of Egypt and setting them apart as his nation. And ultimately, the New Testament is the fulfillment of the purpose why God set them apart. God set apart Israel so that he could bring a Savior to the whole world through the nation of Israel. And that's what we read about in the New Testament. And we see Jesus. And in the book of Titus in chapter 2, I think it summarizes it pretty well. In verse 11, "For the grace of God has appeared, that offers salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age, while we wait for the blessed hope, the appearing of the glory of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ, who gave himself for us to redeem us from all wickedness and to purify for himself a people that are his very own, eager to do what is good." And it's that last sentence that I want us to focus on, because that is what God has set us apart for, to be a people that are his very own, eager to do what is good. And that is my prayer for us this morning. Thank you.